Have you ever felt an unexplainable shift in your energy, as if the universe itself is speaking to you? Have your dreams been more vivid, your emotions deeper, your intuition stronger? If so, you might already be tapping into the powerful currents of the Pisces season portal, a time of profound transformation, heightened sensitivity, and spiritual awakening. Welcome, cosmic souls. The Pisces season isn't just another astrological cycle. It's a mystical gateway that opens the door to deeper self-awareness, divine connection, and emotional healing. Ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams, illusions, and higher consciousness, this season invites us to surrender, trust the unknown, and embrace the magic of the unseen. If you've been feeling more introspective, nostalgic, or even overwhelmed by emotions, that's because Pisces energy dissolves boundaries, allowing us to access deeper parts of ourselves and the collective consciousness. In this video, we'll explore the key themes of the Pisces season portal, how it influences your emotions, relationships, and spiritual path. We'll also dive into powerful ways to harness its energy for manifestation, healing, and personal growth. Whether you're looking for guidance, clarity, or simply a deeper understanding of the cosmic forces at play, you're in the right place. So, take a deep breath, open your heart, and get ready to ride the mystical waves of Pisces season. The universe has a message for you. Are you ready to receive it? Before we dive in, let me know in the comments, what energy are you calling in this Pisces season? Drop "I am ready" if you're ready to embrace the magic of this portal. If you love deep spiritual insights and cosmic wisdom, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's unlock this portal together. The transformative energy of Pisces. Imagine standing on the shore of an endless ocean, where the waves move in a rhythmic dance, pulling you forward, then gently pushing you back. This is the energy of Pisces season, a vast, flowing force that invites you to surrender, to let go of the need for control, and to trust that the tides of the universe are carrying you exactly where you need to go. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, the bridge between endings and new beginnings, between the seen and the unseen, between the self you have been and the self you are becoming. It is a season of deep reflection, inner healing, and transformation, where the boundaries between past, present, and future seem to blur like colors melting together on a watercolor painting. At its core, Pisces season acts as a portal, a gateway that opens the soul to profound personal and spiritual growth. Unlike other times of the year that push for action and ambition, Pisces invites stillness, a quiet pause where you can listen to the whispers of your heart. It calls you to dive deep, like a pearl diver descending into the ocean's depths, searching for hidden truths buried beneath the surface of your consciousness. This is a time when old wounds may resurface, not to hurt you, but to be acknowledged, healed, and finally released. It is a season of emotional alchemy, where pain is transformed into wisdom, and doubt is softened into faith. One of the most important lessons of Pisces season is the art of surrender. We live in a world that often glorifies control, the idea that we must plan, predict, and perfect every aspect of our lives. But Pisces, ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams and illusions, reminds us that control is often an illusion. Just as a river does not resist the curves and bends in its path, we, too, must learn to trust the flow of life. Surrendering does not mean giving up. Rather, it means releasing resistance and allowing life to unfold in its own divine timing. It is the difference between fighting against the current and floating effortlessly, allowing the water to carry you toward your destiny. Trusting the universe can feel like stepping into the unknown, like walking into a foggy morning where you can only see a few steps ahead. But Pisces teaches that clarity comes not from forcing answers, but from being present, from trusting that the path will reveal itself when the time is right. This season encourages you to embrace uncertainty with an open heart, to replace fear with faith, and to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to be feared. When you trust the universe, life begins to feel like a dance rather than a struggle, like a song where every note, even the unexpected ones, contributes to a beautiful and harmonious melody. Pisces also invites deep self-discovery, encouraging you to shed the masks you wear and embrace your true, authentic self. Throughout life, we often mold ourselves to fit expectations of society, of family, of the roles we believe we must play. But Pisces dissolves these illusions, much like the ocean erases footprints in the sand, revealing what lies beneath. It is a time to reflect on who you truly are when no one is watching, to reconnect with your inner world, and to honor the emotions, dreams, and desires that make you uniquely you. This season's energy is like a mirror, reflecting both the light and the shadows within. It invites you to explore your depths, to ask yourself, what parts of me have I been ignoring? What dreams have I left unspoken? What emotions have I suppressed out of fear or doubt? Pisces encourages you to bring these aspects to the surface, to embrace them with compassion, and to integrate them into your journey with love. In this way, self-discovery becomes not just an internal process, but a spiritual awakening, a homecoming to the soul's true essence. Another gift of Pisces season is the expansion of intuition. This is a time when the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds feels thinner, when synchronicities appear more often, and when your inner voice becomes clearer. It is a season where dreams carry messages, where gut feelings guide you toward the right path, and where creativity flourishes like wildflowers after a spring rain. If you have ever felt a quiet knowing within you, a sense that something is meant for you, even without logical proof, Pisces season asks you to trust that feeling. It is a time to tune into your heart's wisdom, to listen beyond the noise of the world, and to recognize that the answers you seek are already within you. Authenticity is another key theme during this season. Pisces does not believe in rigid definitions or limiting labels. Instead, it embraces fluidity, the idea that we are constantly evolving, changing, and growing. This season encourages you to release the need for perfection, to let go of comparison, and to allow yourself to simply be. Whether that means expressing your emotions more openly, embracing your creativity, or stepping into a version of yourself that feels more aligned with your truth, Pisces season offers the freedom to be unapologetically yourself. Transformation during Pisces season is not loud or forceful. It is gentle, like the changing of the tides. It happens in quiet moments of reflection, in deep conversations with the self, in the acceptance of what is and the surrender to what will be. It is in the way you forgive yourself for past mistakes, in the way you let go of old fears, and in the way you choose to embrace life with an open heart. As this season unfolds, allow yourself to be carried by its energy. Let it wash away what no longer serves you. Let it guide you toward deeper self-awareness, and let it remind you that growth is not always about pushing forward. It is also about flowing, trusting, and allowing life to unfold in its own beautiful way. Pisces season is a reminder that transformation is not just about becoming someone new, but about returning to the essence of who you have always been. Heightened intuition and emotional awareness. Imagine walking through a misty forest at dawn, where everything is quiet, yet you can feel an unseen presence guiding you. The path ahead isn't entirely clear, but something deep within you whispers the way forward. This is the essence of heightened intuition during Pisces season, a time when the veil between the physical world and the spiritual realm becomes thinner, allowing us to sense things beyond logic or reason. It is as if an inner compass, long buried under the weight of daily distractions, suddenly awakens, pointing us toward truths we may not fully understand, but somehow just know. During this time, our intuition becomes like a river, flowing effortlessly, picking up signals from the universe and delivering them in the form of gut feelings, dreams, synchronicities, and subtle nudges. It is that unshakable sense of knowing when something is right or wrong, that feeling in your chest when you are about to make a decision, or the way your mind suddenly drifts to someone right before they call. These experiences are not coincidences. They are the language of intuition, a silent conversation between your soul and the universe. In Pisces season, this voice becomes louder, clearer, more insistent, urging you to listen, to trust, and to follow where it leads. However, with this amplified intuition also comes the challenge of distinguishing between true inner wisdom and illusion. Pisces, ruled by Neptune, is known as the planet of dreams, mysticism, but also deception. This means that while our intuition is heightened, so too is the potential for confusion. Think of it as a mirror reflecting both truth and distortion. Sometimes what we perceive as a gut feeling is actually a projection of fear, wishful thinking, or unresolved emotions. It is easy to mistake anxiety for premonition, or to believe something is meant for us simply because we desire it so deeply. The key to recognizing true intuition lies in stillness. Real intuition is calm, clear, and unwavering, like the steady glow of a lighthouse guiding ships to shore. It does not scream or demand, it whispers, it reassures. Fear, on the other hand, feels frantic, urgent, like a storm stirring up waves of doubt. A good way to test whether your feelings are coming from intuition or illusion is to ask yourself, does this guidance feel peaceful, or does it make me feel anxious? True intuition will never create panic. It will simply offer quiet knowing. In addition to heightened intuition, Pisces season also brings a deep surge of emotional awareness. Feelings that may have been buried rise to the surface, much like waves returning to the shore. You may find yourself feeling more deeply. Joys become more vibrant, sadness feels heavier, and nostalgia lingers like the scent of a fading perfume. This increased sensitivity can be both a gift and a challenge. On one hand, it allows for deeper connections, creative inspiration, and a greater sense of empathy toward others. But on the other hand, it can also make you feel overwhelmed, as if you are absorbing not just your own emotions, but the emotions of everyone around you. Managing this emotional sensitivity requires balance. Think of yourself as a sponge. If you soak up too much water without wringing it out, you become heavy, burdened, and exhausted. Likewise, if you take on too much emotional energy from others without releasing it, you may find yourself feeling drained, moody, or even lost in emotions that aren't truly your own. One of the best ways to navigate this is through grounding practices, spending time in nature, journaling your thoughts, meditating, or simply taking deep breaths to recenter yourself. These acts serve as anchors, helping you stay present rather than getting swept away by emotional currents. Another important practice during this season is setting energetic boundaries. Because Pisces energy is so fluid and open, it is easy to feel everything, sometimes to the point of exhaustion. You may notice that certain environments or people leave you feeling drained, as if their emotions have seeped into your own. This is why it is crucial to protect your energy, much like a delicate flower shielding itself from harsh winds. This doesn't mean closing yourself off, but rather being mindful of where you invest your emotional energy. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. Consume content that inspires rather than overwhelms, and allow yourself moments of solitude to recharge. Pisces season also enhances dream activity, making the subconscious mind more active. Dreams during this time can be vivid, symbolic, even prophetic. They may carry messages, bring closure, or reveal insights that your waking mind hasn't yet processed. It can be helpful to keep a dream journal, noting any recurring themes or symbols that appear. Sometimes dreams are simply reflections of your emotions, but other times they hold guidance, whispered truths from your higher self. This season is an invitation to trust your inner world more than ever before, to listen not just with your ears, but with your heart, your body, your spirit, to embrace emotions without being ruled by them, to surrender to intuition without letting illusion cloud your vision. This is a time of deep connection to yourself, to others, and to the unseen forces that shape your path. If you allow yourself to flow with it, rather than resist, you may just find that the answers you've been seeking have been within you all along. Illusion versus reality. Navigating duality. Imagine standing at the edge of a still lake, gazing at your reflection. The image staring back at you looks real, yet the slightest ripple can distort it, creating a version of yourself that isn't quite true. This is the energy of Pisces season, a time when the line between dreams and reality becomes hazy, where truth and illusion swirl together like mist rising over water. Pisces, ruled by Neptune, is the dreamer of the zodiac, weaving visions of what could be, filling the mind with fantasies, hopes, and possibilities. But just as the ocean can be both breathtaking and deceptive, so too can this season lure us into believing illusions that may not be as solid as they seem. During Pisces season, reality can feel fluid, like shifting sand beneath your feet. You may find yourself lost in daydreams, seeing the world through rose-colored glasses, or chasing ideals that are more fantasy than fact. This energy can be intoxicating, like a beautiful melody that sweeps you away, making everything feel softer, more magical, and full of meaning. It is easy to fall into romanticized thinking, whether about people, situations, or even yourself. You may begin to see only what you want to see, rather than what is actually there. While dreaming and imagining are essential parts of growth, Pisces season asks us to be mindful of when we are drifting too far from reality, when we are mistaking illusions for truth. One of the most common signs that you may be caught in an illusion is when you ignore red flags or dismiss your inner voice in favor of a narrative that feels more comforting. Perhaps you are holding on to a relationship that is no longer healthy, convincing yourself that things will change, even when evidence suggests otherwise. Maybe you are avoiding responsibilities, telling yourself that everything will magically fall into place without action. Or perhaps you are chasing an idealized version of yourself, placing impossible expectations on who you should be instead of embracing who you truly are. Illusions can be seductive because they offer escape, a way to avoid pain, uncertainty, or the discomfort of facing hard truths. But just like a dream that fades upon waking, illusions eventually dissolve, often leaving behind confusion, disappointment, or disillusionment. Another clue that you may be caught in illusion is a feeling of constant confusion or emotional fog. If you find yourself second-guessing everything, unsure of what is real and what isn't, it may be because your mind is tangled in a web of fantasy rather than grounded in the present moment. Neptune's influence can create a sense of drifting, where things feel just out of reach, like trying to grasp smoke with your fingers. This can be especially strong if you are absorbing too much external energy, getting lost in social media, absorbing other people's emotions, or escaping into excessive entertainment rather than engaging with real life. When reality starts to feel distant, it's a sign that you need to anchor yourself back to solid ground. Grounding practices become essential during Pisces season, acting as the roots that keep you steady while the tides shift around you. Just as a tree cannot grow tall without strong roots, you cannot navigate the dreamlike energy of Pisces without some form of stability. One of the simplest ways to stay grounded is through physical connection, walking barefoot on the earth, feeling the solid weight of your body, breathing deeply to reconnect with the present moment. Nature, in its raw and tangible form, serves as a powerful reminder of what is real. The sound of rustling leaves, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the rhythm of your own heartbeat. These are truths that cannot be distorted by illusion. Journaling is another powerful tool to bring clarity. Writing down your thoughts allows you to separate fleeting emotions from deeper truths. When you put your dreams, fears, and desires onto paper, you begin to see patterns, to recognize what is real and what is merely wishful thinking. Asking yourself simple but direct questions. What am I avoiding? What do I know to be true despite my emotions? Can cut through the fog and reveal the core of your reality. Meditation and mindfulness also help in navigating Pisces energy, as they teach you to observe without getting lost in the currents of thought. When you sit in stillness, you learn to recognize the difference between intuition and illusion. Intuition speaks softly, calmly, like a river flowing in one direction. Illusion, on the other hand, tends to be erratic, changing shape, like clouds shifting in the wind. Developing a practice of checking in with yourself, listening to your inner guidance while staying connected to practical reality, can prevent you from being swept away by fantasies that may not serve you. Pisces season does not ask you to abandon dreams. Rather, it encourages you to bring them into reality. It reminds you that vision and inspiration are powerful, but they must be paired with action and discernment. Dreams, like seeds, require both imagination and effort to grow. A painter cannot create without a canvas, just as a musician cannot compose without an instrument. The key is finding balance, embracing the magic of possibility while keeping one foot firmly on the ground. Navigating duality means accepting that both illusion and reality exist, and learning when to trust the dream and when to wake up. It means allowing yourself to be inspired without being deceived, to imagine without losing sight of truth, to surrender without drifting aimlessly. Pisces season is an invitation to dance between worlds, to dream boldly, but to return to yourself with clarity. And in doing so, you unlock the true power of this energy, not as an escape, but as a guide towards something real, something lasting, something true. Releasing and letting go. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a forest, holding on to a heavy, worn-out backpack. It has served you well over the years, carrying the weight of your past experiences, fears, and memories. But now, the straps dig painfully into your shoulders, and the weight is becoming unbearable. Pisces season invites you to put down that burden, to release the things that no longer serve you, and to step into the freedom of emotional and spiritual renewal. This time of year calls for shedding old emotional baggage, just as the trees shed their leaves in autumn, making space for new growth and possibilities. It is a season of release, of clearing out the old to make room for the new, of letting go to create space for healing. At its core, the energy of Pisces is about dissolving the boundaries we've built, not just between ourselves and others, but within our own hearts and minds. This season whispers to you, you don't need to carry all of this anymore. Over time, we accumulate emotional baggage, patterns of thought, toxic relationships, beliefs that limit our potential, and these burdens weigh us down like invisible chains. Pisces season invites us to examine what we are holding on to and to ask ourselves, what is no longer serving my highest good? What old emotional wounds am I still clinging to, preventing me from stepping into my true self? It's like opening an attic door, dusting off forgotten boxes, and realizing that many of the things we've been holding on to no longer fit who we are or where we want to go. One of the most powerful acts of release during Pisces season is letting go of toxic relationships. These are the connections that drain us, diminish our sense of self, or keep us stuck in unhealthy patterns. It can be difficult to release these bonds, especially when they have been a part of our lives for so long. But just as a plant cannot grow in soil that has been depleted of nutrients, we cannot continue to thrive if we remain in relationships that take more than they give. Letting go of toxic relationships is like cleaning out a cluttered room. At first, it may feel unsettling, but as you remove the negativity and the unnecessary, you begin to see the space for something healthier, more vibrant, and more aligned with your true self. Similarly, Pisces season encourages us to release limiting beliefs and outdated mindsets. These beliefs are like walls we've built around ourselves, convincing us that we are not enough, that we are unworthy of love, success, or happiness. These beliefs may have been passed down to us by others, or they may have been formed through our own experiences, but they do not define who we are. Pisces energy dissolves these barriers, urging us to see beyond the limitations we've placed on ourselves. Just as the ocean waves continuously erode cliffs, the energy of Pisces gently breaks down the walls that have kept us from seeing our full potential. Letting go of these beliefs is liberating. It's like lifting a heavy fog and finally seeing the world clearly for the first time. Sometimes letting go also means releasing outdated mindsets about who we think we should be. We often get caught up in societal expectations or comparison, measuring our worth against others. But Pisces season invites us to surrender those ideals and embrace the truth of who we truly are. This is not about conforming to what others expect of us, but about aligning with our own heart's desires, our soul's calling. Releasing this pressure to fit into predefined molds is like peeling away layers of paint from an old canvas, revealing the true masterpiece underneath. It is the freedom to be authentic, to live according to your own values and not the expectations of the world. The process of releasing and letting go is not always easy. It can feel uncomfortable, even painful, as we face the reality that we must part with things that we've held dear, even if they no longer serve us. But in Pisces season, this release is not about loss. It is about making space for renewal. Just as the ocean recedes to make way for new tides, letting go creates room for something fresh to emerge. It is the calm after a storm, the stillness that follows the shedding of excess. When we release what no longer serves us, we make space for emotional and spiritual cleansing, allowing ourselves to heal and evolve. Once we let go, we open ourselves to renewal. After the cleansing, the air feels fresher and the world seems brighter, as if a veil has been lifted. The release of emotional burdens allows for healing to occur, and this healing is transformative. It is like the first rain after a long drought, refreshing, replenishing, and revitalizing. When we let go, we not only free ourselves from the past, but also create the space for new growth, new possibilities, and new experiences. Pisces season offers a gentle, compassionate energy that encourages us to cleanse our hearts and minds so we can emerge feeling lighter, more aligned, and more connected to our true selves. As you navigate Pisces season, take time to reflect on what you are ready to release. What emotional burdens are you carrying that no longer belong to you? What relationships, beliefs, or patterns need to be released so that you can step into your power? Remember, this is not a season of forceful action, but of gentle surrender. Like a leaf floating down a stream, trust that when you release what no longer serves you, the universe will carry you to where you need to be. In doing so, you will find renewal, like a garden after winter, blossoming in full, vibrant color. The power of solitude and reflection. Imagine a quiet, peaceful forest, where the only sound is the gentle rustle of leaves in the wind. In this serene space, the world's noise and distractions fade away, allowing you to hear the whispers of your own heart. This is the essence of solitude, a time to step back, retreat inward, and listen deeply. In a world that is often filled with constant noise, activity, and demands, solitude becomes a sanctuary. It is not an escape from life, but rather a gateway to deeper understanding, a space where clarity and self-alignment can flourish. Like a tree finding its roots deep in the earth, solitude allows you to reconnect with your true essence, shedding the layers of external influence and returning to what is authentic within you. In Pisces season, this quiet retreat is especially potent. The dreamy, introspective energy of this time encourages us to step away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, to pause and reflect. Solitude is not about being alone in isolation, but about finding a space where you can reconnect with your inner self. It is in these moments of stillness that we gain clarity, as if a fog lifts from our minds, revealing our true desires, intentions, and the path forward. In solitude, we have the chance to break free from the constant noise of others' opinions and return to our own voice. Just as a lake reflects the sky perfectly when the water is calm, solitude allows us to reflect on our lives with precision and insight. Retreating inward does not mean avoidance or running away from our problems. In fact, it is often the opposite. Taking time for solitude is a conscious decision to face ourselves, to process our emotions, and to explore the deeper layers of our psyche. It is like sitting in a quiet room with a mirror, not avoiding the reflection, but allowing ourselves to see every detail, no matter how uncomfortable. In solitude, we are not running from our feelings, but allowing ourselves the space to truly feel them, to understand them, and to integrate the lessons they carry. Retreating inward is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. The wisdom to recognize that sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is to pause, breathe, and reflect. It is in these moments of quiet that we make space for self-growth, healing, and transformation. Meditation is one of the most powerful practices for solitude and reflection. Think of it as training your mind to become still, like a pond settling after a storm. In meditation, we allow ourselves to be present in the moment, observing our thoughts without judgment. This practice teaches us to quiet the constant chatter of the mind, to let go of distractions, and to simply be. Just as a gardener weeds out the unnecessary plants to allow the flowers to bloom, meditation helps us clear away the clutter in our minds, making space for clarity and insight. In those moments of stillness, we may find answers that have been eluding us, or we may simply reconnect with our inner peace. Meditation doesn't require any special skill, only the willingness to sit with ourselves and observe the ebb and flow of our thoughts. Journaling is another practice that brings the power of solitude to life. It is like opening a window and letting fresh air into a stuffy room. When we write, we release the emotions, thoughts, and ideas that have been swirling inside, allowing them to take form on paper. Journaling helps us process our feelings, clarify our thoughts, and discover insights that may have remained hidden. It is like talking to an old friend, one who listens without judgment, offering a space for us to express ourselves fully. Whether you write about your day, your dreams, your challenges, or your hopes, journaling helps you organize the chaos inside and find a sense of order. It can also be a form of self-therapy, a way to untangle the knots in your mind and bring clarity to what might otherwise feel overwhelming. Dream work is another powerful tool during Pisces season, as the line between the conscious and unconscious is often thinner, allowing for greater access to the wisdom that lies within our dreams. Dreams are like messages from our subconscious, rich with symbols, emotions, and insights that can help us understand our deeper desires and fears. By paying attention to our dreams, we enter a world where our unconscious mind speaks freely, offering guidance and clarity. Dream work can be as simple as writing down the details of your dreams upon waking, reflecting on the feelings they evoke, or interpreting recurring symbols. Over time, patterns may emerge that reveal hidden truths about our lives, offering a deeper understanding of ourselves and our current journey. Solitude is not an invitation to isolate ourselves from the world, but rather an opportunity to connect more deeply with our true essence. It is like returning home to ourselves after a long journey where we can rest, recharge, and reflect. In solitude, we gain the space to process our emotions, to understand our needs, and to set intentions for our future. It is in these quiet moments that we are able to hear our intuition more clearly, to listen to the wisdom of our hearts, and to align ourselves with our true purpose. Solitude is not a luxury. It is a necessity for self-growth, self-discovery, and self-care. By embracing solitude during Pisces season, we allow ourselves to replenish our energy, heal old wounds, and gain insight into the next steps of our journey. Just as a river needs quiet moments of stillness before it can continue flowing, we too need time to pause, reflect, and reconnect with ourselves. Through practices like meditation, journaling, and dream work, we can navigate this season with clarity and alignment, trusting that the answers we seek are already within us. Solitude is not about escaping life, but about deepening our connection with it, embracing the space where transformation begins and wisdom unfolds, endings and new beginnings. Imagine standing on the shore of the ocean, watching the waves crash against the rocks and noticing how each wave, once it reaches the shore, retreats back into the vastness of the sea. Pisces season, like the ebb and flow of the tides, marks the end of a cycle. It is a time of closure, where old patterns habits, and emotional baggage wash away, making room for new energy to flow in. The energy of Pisces is deeply connected to endings and transitions, and as the last sign of the zodiac, it prepares us to move from one phase of life to another. It's as if the universe is inviting us to pause, reflect, and release what no longer serves us, clearing the way for fresh beginnings that will come with the arrival of Aries season. The cycle of life, like the seasons, is always shifting. This moment of closure is necessary to make way for the new growth that is just around the corner. This time of endings can sometimes feel bittersweet, like the fading colors of a sunset that signal the approach of night. There may be a sense of nostalgia, regret, or even fear as we face the need to let go. However, Pisces energy encourages us to embrace these endings with grace, understanding that they are not final but part of a natural, ongoing process. Just as the autumn leaves must fall before the spring blossoms, endings are a necessary part of life's cycle, preparing the ground for new possibilities. It is in the stillness of the end that the seeds for new beginnings are planted. When we allow ourselves to surrender to the closing chapters, we create space for something new and exciting to emerge. Embracing change is essential during this time, even though it can often feel uncomfortable. Change is like a river that carves its own path, flowing through the landscape, reshaping everything in its wake. It may feel unsettling at first, like stepping into unfamiliar waters, but Pisces season reminds us that change is not something to fear, but something to trust. Trusting the process is like planting a seed and waiting for it to sprout. Though you cannot see the growth happening beneath the surface, you know that it is taking place. Trust is about letting go of control and allowing life to unfold naturally. It is about understanding that the process of ending one chapter is simply the preparation for the next. Every experience we let go of, every relationship we release, every dream we put down for now, is a step toward our evolution and growth. While the energy of Pisces invites us to honor the endings, it also emphasizes the importance of renewal. As we shed the old, we must make space for the new, like a garden that clears the weeds to allow fresh flowers to bloom. Aries season, with its bold, fiery energy, will soon usher in the new beginnings, and Pisces reminds us that we must be ready to embrace these fresh starts with open arms. Just as a new day follows the night, the end of one cycle inevitably gives birth to another. However, we cannot fully step into the new if we are still clinging to what is no longer serving us. The lessons of Pisces teach us that it's only when we release the old that we can experience the fullness of the new. Part of the renewal that comes with endings is the valuable lessons we take forward. Each ending, no matter how difficult, carries with it a lesson, a gem of wisdom that will help us grow. It's like gathering stones along a riverbed, each one with its unique shape and texture, representing the experiences that have shaped us. These lessons may come in the form of challenges, heartbreaks, or setbacks, but they are stepping stones to our growth. What have we learned about ourselves during this cycle? What patterns are we ready to release? What strengths have we discovered within ourselves that will guide us forward? These lessons are the gifts of Pisces season, and they provide us with the foundation for the fresh start that Aries will bring. The wisdom we gain from this time of reflection will be the fuel that propels us into new adventures and opportunities. As we move through Pisces season, it is essential to allow ourselves time for introspection. Just as a flower needs quiet moments to bloom, we too need space to reflect on the past, understand what we are letting go of, and prepare for what lies ahead. Reflection is like looking into a mirror that shows us not only who we are, but who we are becoming. We must take stock of the past year, examining our growth, our achievements, and the areas where we still need healing. This reflective time is crucial for processing the emotions and experiences that we've encountered, allowing us to enter Aries season with clarity and intention. Without this reflection, we may carry old wounds or unresolved feelings into the new chapter, which can hinder our ability to fully embrace the new beginnings. As Aries season approaches, we can feel the stirrings of excitement and possibility, like the first hint of dawn breaking over the horizon. This season will bring fresh energy, new goals, and a chance to take bold action, but we must be sure to leave behind the emotional clutter that may weigh us down. The beauty of Pisces season is that it provides the space to clear out what no longer serves us, preparing us for the bold, enthusiastic energy that will soon arrive. As we come to the close of this exploration into the transformative power of Pisces season, let's take a moment to reflect on the key takeaways. Pisces, with its dreamy, intuitive, and fluid energy, is a time of deep personal growth, healing, and renewal. This season offers us the chance to shed old emotional baggage, release limiting beliefs, and embrace endings that make room for new beginnings. It is a time when we are invited to slow down, reflect, and trust the natural flow of life. As we move through this season, our intuition becomes heightened, our emotions more sensitive, and our connection to our inner selves deepens. Pisces encourages us to let go of the past and make space for the future, embracing change with grace and trust. Whether through meditation, journaling, or simply retreating inward for a moment of stillness, this is the time to reconnect with our true essence and embrace the wisdom that arises from within. The energy of Pisces season is like a gentle wave that carries us into a new chapter of growth and renewal, and it's up to us to embrace this energy fully. Now is the time to tap into the quiet power of endings, trust the process of transformation, and prepare for the exciting new beginnings that Aries season will bring. So, I encourage you to embrace the energy of Pisces season with an open heart. Don't shy away from the introspection and the emotional clearing that comes with it. Use this time wisely to reflect on your life, release what no longer serves you, and create space for your soul's evolution. Trust that everything is happening for your highest good, even if it may not always feel that way in the moment. Just as the night gives way to the dawn, the endings you experience now are simply leading you to brighter, more vibrant beginnings. I'd love to hear how you are feeling during this Pisces season. What emotional shifts are you noticing? Are there any endings or new beginnings you're working through? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I believe we can all learn from one another's journeys, so let's create a space of shared wisdom and support in the comments section. If you've found these insights helpful and inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. By subscribing, you'll stay up to date with more cosmic insights, guidance, and transformative tips to help you navigate life's energetic shifts. Let's continue to explore the mysteries of the universe together and support each other on this beautiful journey of self-discovery and growth. Thank you for being here, and may you embrace the energy of Pisces season with love, trust, and open arms. See you in the next video.